Amaka was a young, beautiful, hardworking teenage girl whose smile could brighten even the darkest corners of her village. But inside her father's house, darkness lived with her. Her stepmother, Ego, carried a bitterness that could not be hidden. She hated Amaka simply because she could not conceive a child of her own, and every day, she reminded Amaka of that pain by inflicting her own pain on the innocent girl. "Look at you," Ego would hiss. "Your mates are out there hustling, feeding their families, and you are here eating food for free." She called Amaka terrible names: witch, prostitute, useless girl, anything that could wound the heart. Whenever her father was away, Ego ensured Amaka felt unwanted. Amaka endured the insults, the beatings, and the humiliation, hoping that one day things would change. But one day, she had enough. With no mother, no siblings, no friend to turn to, she packed her few clothes, wiped her tears, and walked away from the only home she knew. She journeyed to the city, her heart trembling with fear, for she preferred the uncertainty of the unknown to the cruelty she had lived with. The city was noisy and confusing. Amaka stood by the roadside, tired and hopeless. That was when Mary noticed her. Mary was returning from visiting her family in the village. The moment she saw Amaka, she sensed something was wrong. She approached her gently and asked why she looked so sad. Amaka hesitated at first, but later she opened up and shared everything she had been through. Mary felt deep sympathy because she had once faced hardship herself. Mary told Amaka that she was a successful businesswoman and a trader. She promised to help her and asked Amaka to come with her. Amaka felt relieved and followed her with hope. On their way to Mary's apartment, they passed through a place Amaka had never seen before. The women there were dressed boldly and greeted Mary warmly, joking and laughing. Amaka was shocked and confused. Mary noticed her reaction and quickly took her inside her room. Inside the apartment, Mary asked Amaka what was wrong. Amaka replied softly, "You told me you are a businesswoman." Mary nodded and replied calmly, "Yes, this is my business." Amaka was surprised. She had only heard stories like this in the village. She never imagined herself being so close to such a place. Mary explained gently that many women there never planned for that life. Some were educated. Some had no jobs. Some were pushed by life's hardship. She made it clear that she was not forcing Amaka. The choice was hers. Amaka refused. She said she could not live that kind of life. Mary explained that she could only allow Amaka to stay for one night. That night, Amaka could not sleep. Going back home was not an option. She had nowhere else to go. Her heart was heavy with fear and confusion. The next morning, Mary asked for her answer. With no other option, Amaka agreed, but only temporarily. She told Mary she would save money and leave to start afresh in another city. Mary also shared her own plan. She too wanted to live that life someday. She felt connected to Amaka and was happy she agreed. Mary introduced Amaka to the woman in charge of the area, who welcomed her warmly and explained the rules and responsibilities. Amaka was given her own small room. Amaka confided in Mary that she was inexperienced. Mary guided her carefully and warned her to always protect herself and avoid mistakes in order for her not to get pregnant. Weeks passed. Because of Amaka's beauty and calm nature, many people preferred her. Money came easily. But peace never did. Slowly, jealousy began to grow. People started talking. Rumors spread that Amaka had taken all customers from Mary. Mary felt hurt and betrayed. When Amaka heard about the gossip, she rushed to explain. But Mary refused to listen. She warned Amaka never to come near her again. Amaka begged and apologized, but Mary closed her heart. The friendship broke. Without Mary, Amaka became careless. She lost direction. She lost the sister she never had. Some people noticed the change and worried about her. Months passed. One day, Amaka became seriously ill and stayed indoors for days. When the news reached Mary, her heart softened. She rushed Amaka to the hospital. Doctors tried their best, but Amaka's body did not respond well. One doctor explained that her mind was troubled and her body was weak. Mary stayed by her side for days. When Amaka regained consciousness and saw Mary, they both cried. Amaka spoke with a weak voice and forgave Mary. She told Mary she had money saved and made her next of kin. She begged Mary to promise never to return to her old life. Mary promised with tears. Amaka smiled in relief. Not long after, Amaka passed away quietly. Mary was heartbroken. She regretted letting jealousy destroy their bond. Together with others, she arranged to take Amaka's body back to her hometown. When they reached her father's compound, something strange happened. The body could not be moved forward. An elderly man advised that anyone who hurt Amaka that would made her not to enter her father's compound should come forward and apologize to the spirit. Everyone turned to her stepmother. She broke down in tears and confessed everything she did wrong. She begged for forgiveness. Immediately, the body could be carried inside. Amaka was finally laid to rest. Amaka's story became a lesson. A lesson about how unkind words, rejection, jealousy, and hatred can destroy a life. The end.